kitchen with Chef ChefCarlaAndrea, and today we're doing my favorite meal. It's brunch. I love it because I can eat it in the middle of the day. I can have breakfast, lunch, and dinner all incorporated together. So let me tell you the menu that we're gonna do today. We have baked French toast. We have red potatoes, peppered candy bacon. We have a scramble with onions, pepper, spinach, and cheese. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna put some water in our red potatoes so we can get them going. So let me step over here. Now, when you're doing your red potatoes, you want to make sure that you clean them well, make sure that you scrub them, make sure you get any of the little black root-looking dots off of them. This is what I use to clean my potatoes. I love it because it scrubs them. I have the little beak to get all the little roots out of them. So now I got my pan filled with water. You want to make sure that you put the water in here just until it covers the top. Throw that on. I'm going to salt my water just a little bit because we all know that potatoes require a lot of salt just to get some good flavor going on them. I like to use sea salt. It's my favorite salt, my preferred salt. So now that we got our potatoes going, those are on medium. Now it's time to assemble the baked French toast. I'm a complete French toast connoisseur. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Let me grab my brown sugar. And I like this dish because it kind of reminds me of bread pudding, which I love too. But this is going to be more of a sweeter, breakfastier French toast version. So I'm going to start off in my bowl. I'm going to put I'm going to say like a half and maybe a quarter cup of brown sugar. I like it sweet, but I don't like it too sweet because we're going to throw on syrup, butter, all that good stuff. And when you're cooking breakfast, you want to make sure that you use unsalted butter when you're cooking, you're baking, because you're going to add salt in to whatever you're doing. So I don't like to have the salted bacon because I find that it makes things just too salty. So just, you know, when you're in the store, you can find it. It's readily available. It's always next to it. It's usually written in blue, unsalted. So just keep your eye on that. Now we got in a cup and a quarter of brown sugar. We're going to throw in our tablespoon of vanilla extract, and then we have 2 tablespoons of pumpkin pie spice. I like to use that because it has so many different spices, not just cinnamon, has some allspice, some nutmeg, and it's fall, so I'm trying to get you guys in the spirit of the holidays. I love fall. Then I have a 1/8 of a teaspoon of sea salt. This is what it looks like. It's like maybe 2 pinches. So I'm going to throw that in there. Every time you're doing something sweet, it's nice to have some salt to counteract it. Then I have my favorite spice of all time. I have a vanilla bean. I love vanilla beans. This is how I do my vanilla sugar once I use the inside of the pod. So you just want to, let me move this out the way so you guys can get a real good look at this. You want to just cut it down the center. Watch out. Make sure you don't cut yourself. Secure the bean down while you're doing it. Now I just like to pull it back just a little bit so I can get all the good stuff in the center. This is a nice one. When you're buying a vanilla bean, you want to make sure that it's not hard, that it's soft, that it's pliable, and that it has some nice sheen and shine to it, because you know you got you a fresh vanilla bean. If you happen to buy more than one at a time, just go ahead and throw it in a Ziploc bag, put it in the freezer, and then take it out about 5-10 minutes before you use it, and it's good to go. It helps preserve it, because if you leave it out, then the heat and everything gets to it and it starts to dry out. Then your vanilla bean is like a rock. It's really hard. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but the inside of it, it's like little black sand. It's just to die for. It's like my favorite thing to use. And I don't know if you can see my fingertips, but it's just like little individual particles. So I just use the back of the knife and I run it the whole way through. And I just grab all this wonderful vanilla bean right there. I love this stuff. Vanilla bean is expensive, but hey, if you're gonna do it right, and just go ahead and splurge on it. You know, get you a few. You can find some online, and you can get you some vanilla bean that's reasonably priced and that's good. Now, please do not throw this away, because if you love to bake or if you like making lemonades, go and throw this in a bag of sugar. throw it in the bag of sugar, seal it up, let it sit for like 2-3 weeks, come back to it, and you have the perfect vanilla bean sugar. So I'm going to put this to the side because later I'm going to make me some sugar. Now I'm going to throw in my 2 cups of liquid, of milk. So that's a 1/2 cup, 1.5, and there we go. We got 2. Get this out the way. Do that. Now I need 8 eggs. This is the fun part, cracking eggs. Oh man, I put the wrong eye on. Do that all the time. Okay, so now we're gonna crack some eggs. Just throw them right in there. 2. Up 2. Up 3. Get some of that shell out. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. All right, so we got our 8 eggs. That's ready. Let me wash my hands because eggs have salmonella, and you do not want to salmonella everything up because then you'll end up with like a stomach ache and you feel all icky, and that's no fun when you just want to sit and eat and drink mimosas all day. So I'm gonna mix this together really well. Mixing. Now just a little trick that I do too sometimes when I have a lot of eggs, I just go in there and stab the center of the yolks and it breaks it up for me, or I smash it down and it breaks it up perfectly, and they're easier to incorporate into what it is that you're doing. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to set this, put this over here. I'll do a swap. Grab my bread. So I got some good bread. Day-old bread. Use day-old bread. That's the best. Get this all out the way so we can dice up some wonderful French bread. Okay, so now let's work this on out. Yeah. It's exciting. Can't wait. I'm going to eat this up. I'm going to kick my feet up and watch some TV. So now when you do this, people are like, oh man, how do I cut this? You just want to cube it up. It's not difficult at all. Don't be scared. Just get in there. Remember, it's just food and you are the boss. So I'm cutting this lengthwise first. Then I'll just take it and I'll split it in half again. Split it in half. And then we'll just make a little room for us and just cube it. Just cube it up. Cube it up. Have some fun. It's brunch. Doesn't have to be all pretty. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're just trying to fill our bellies up. I'm sure we might have went out last night, had a little too much to drink, stayed up all night, and now you just want to eat some food to make you feel better. You really probably don't want to go out. You don't want to leave the house. That happens to me all the time. So what do? I stock my fridge up with some brunch stuff, and I get up at my leisure around 11, noon, and I whip up some brunch. Takes me about 1.5 hours, and it's a crowd favorite. Everyone loves it. Still dicing it. Dicing all the bread up. You know, nice cubes, bite-sized pieces. Don't feel intimidated. Almost there. So I'm going to finish doing this bread, and then we'll come right back and I'll show you guys how to toss it all together, put it in the pan, and throw it in the oven so we can have a wonderfully baked vanilla bean French toast. Got all that cut up. We're ready to go to start assembling our wonderful baked French toast. I have it cubed. Another thing too, I forgot to tell you guys, if you don't feel comfortable doing all that slicing with the knife, you can just take it by your hand, with your hand, and just tear the pieces of bread once you cut them lengthwise. So it's depending upon what you want to do. So now let's get this softened butter, or semi-softened. Make sure your hands are clean, and you're just gonna rub it all around the dish because you don't want it to stick. You just want it to be in there nicely and relax. So we're gonna smear all this around. Don't be scared to use the butter. It's Sunday, so let's have some fun, relax, kick your feet up, listen to some music, cook your food. Okay, so we got all that buttered. We're gonna stir this one last time. I'm gonna throw this to the back. Then I'm gonna bring this out of the way. This thing is really slippery. You won't believe it. So now I'm gonna make a little bit of room. Throw in all my wonderful bread. Oh yeah, look at all this bread. Then with the eggs, the vanilla bean, the brown sugar, the extract, the milk, the pumpkin pie spice. Just gonna massage it in there, fold it in, have some fun. It's like you're giving your bread a massage, you know. Don't be shy, don't be scared. You want to make sure that this bread soaks up all this wonderful, wonderful liquid. I don't know if you guys can see it, but all the liquid is starting to get absorbed into the bread. Just mixing it around, stirring it with my hands. Now a little bit's gonna break apart. It's okay, because you're gonna throw it in the baking dish and you're gonna bake it. So now that it's ready, I'm just gonna grab it. I'm gonna throw it in the pan like so. Have a little bit of fun with it. Go. Oh, I can't wait to eat this. I'll eat it just as it is now. I would, I swear I would. But then I might get salmonella. Then I'll have to be rushed to the hospital. So I don't know if it's worth it. But I would. Okay. I'm so excited. I don't know what to do now. It's like, do I get a fork and eat it now, or do I wait? Oh, I wash my hands. Okay, let me wash my hands. Oh, yeah. All right. Oh, man, I can't. Oh, man, I love brunch. I swear, if every day could be Sunday, I swear I'd make everything every day Sunday, even from childhood. You know, waking up, going to Sunday school, going to church, and then coming home and eating a huge breakfast. I just love Sundays. The game is going. I mean, why not? I'm going to take just a little bit of sugar so I can get me a nice little crispy crust on here. Just use some white granulated sugar because it doesn't have all the extra moisture from the brown sugar because it has molasses in it, and powdered sugar just won't do. So now we got some sprinkled sugar on top. Now, what time is it? It's time to throw it in the back. Let it sit for a little bit. I'll say about 5-10 minutes. Throw it back here. Let that oven get preheated to 350. And when that oven gets preheated, you hear that. It's time to throw it in. So now we're going to get cleaned up. And I'll see you guys back in a few. So we can get started on this bacon, crack the eggs, chop up our vegetables for our scramble. So we can get on to this wonderful Sunday brunch. See you guys back. We're back. Now it's time to work on our vegetables for our scramble. Crack some eggs. Get some peppered candy bacon going on. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my vegetables cut up. Get it all out the way. Move this out the way so you guys can see me cut these wonderfully delicious vegetables. We got some onion. We have bell pepper. Kind of got like a little holy trinity going on. Now, when you do your scramble, you can put in whatever you like. If you like, you know, particular type of vegetable, throw it in there. Don't limit yourself just to the ingredients that I'm using. You don't have to do what I'm doing. I'm just here trying to show you some basics, a little foundation to get your brunch started. So when I do my vegetables for my brunch, I want them to be kind of big, but not too big. I don't want them to be minced, in other words. I want people to see the pepper, see the onions, and be like, oh man, you put some extra love into these scrambled eggs, because I did. I'm probably about to start crying. So there was a lot of love that I put into making this dish for the people that are going to consume it. So I want them to see it, and I want them to appreciate it, and I want them to know how hard I work in this kitchen to give them excellent, wonderful, delicious meals. Oh, well, I haven't started crying yet, so this is a good sign. It's a Sunday. So maybe the stars are aligned for me on a Sunday. I like onions. I do. I love when you walk into a house and you smell the aroma of fresh onions that are cooking. And you're like, man, I wonder what they're making. What could this be? Because you smell the onions and you're like, oh, it's got to be exquisite. It's got to be over the top. It's probably just like a hamburger or something. But it still gets you excited. You still appreciate the smell of a fresh onion. So I got one whole medium onion that I've chopped up. Got that all ready and out the way. Whew. Whew. Okay, the tears are coming. The tears are coming. Alright, let me rinse my hands off because my oven went off a second ago. I'm going to throw that in. Put it on the medium in the middle rack. Alright. So you're going to bake this for about 25 minutes. Just keep your eye on it because all ovens vary. So what may take me 25 may take you 35, may take you 15 to 20 depending upon your oven, but just keep your eye on it. Once you start seeing it coming together and forming this nice golden brown crust and you touch it and it's not too jiggly but it's kind of soft, like it's still a little relaxed, you're good to go. Because you have to remember, it's high sugar content, some butter on the bottom, so what could happen, the bottom can burn. It is a custard, so it has a lot of eggs in it, so you just want to be mindful of it. Listen to it, smell it, feel it. I mean, it's your food, so make it your own. So now we're gonna chop up these peppers and throw in this wonderful eggs. I like eggs. Actually, I just started eating eggs not too long ago, but I like them now, especially when they're done right. A perfect egg has no brown on it. It's nice, it's bright, it's yellow, it's full of flavor, nice aroma. They're, not cooked too hard, but they're still kind of, relaxed, but not runny. Because, everybody, they make eggs differently. And I think that's why I was always like, ooh, I don't know. I only ever eat my eggs. I don't go out to eat and eat eggs because people just don't care about eggs. They don't put the same amount of love and passion when they're making you a scramble or, it's just kind of, it's kind of drab. Your eggs are dry, they're burnt. Or if you say, oh, can you scramble my eggs medium? And you literally have raw eggs on your plate and you're like, gosh, this is going to be a stomach ache, when it's hot outside or, it's just bad. So you only ever see me eat eggs in my own kitchen. My fiance makes great eggs. I trained her. Took her through my cooking boot camp, and now I secretly think she makes better eggs than me. Well, I mean, I guess that's the goal. You always got to be better than the teacher. So we got some bell peppers. You can use any color of bell peppers you like. You can use a red one, a yellow one, an orange one, whatever color your heart desires. Feel free to use it. I just personally like the color red. It's my favorite color. Green, it's always cheap on sale, so people always just grab a green bell pepper because it's readily available. Your reds, your oranges, your yellows, they're more expensive than the green ones. You can even throw some scallions in here. You want some scallions? Throw some scallions in. You want to use a red onion? Use a red onion. What else can we put in here? You want to throw in a little bit of meat? Throw some meat in. You got some bacon? You got some breakfast sausage? Go on and put it in there. You want to throw in some fontina, some cheddar, some goat cheese, some blue cheese, whatever you want. Throw it in there. Feel free. You do whatever you want. You're cooking. It's your dish, your guest. So feed them how you want to feed them. So now we got this cut up. I'm going to move my cutting board out the way so we can get on to this wonderful, wonderful bacon. Now, I like this bacon. I've been making this bacon forever. Started making this bacon when I was younger. I just like the idea of pork and brown sugar and making it candied. Just kind of excited me. So I got a plate for my candied bacon with some brown sugar for the candied bacon. Grab my pepper. Because remember I said it's peppered candied bacon. Throw some of this in here. Oh yeah, all this brown sugar. Oh, none of it's going to go to waste. I like to put in a lot of pepper in my peppered candied bacon. Why not? You should be able to taste all elements. You should be able to taste the bacon. You should be able to taste the brown sugar. You should be able to taste the pepper. I mean, you should be able to taste everything in the dish. So let me show you guys how you do this. I like to use thick cut bacon. The thin bacon is just so flimsy, it crisp, it cooks too fast. It doesn't really, you know, hold up well with the brown sugar. It may burn because it is sugar. It does have molasses in it. So you want a thicker piece of bacon because you can give it more time to cook, which means your bacon won't burn. And this is all you do. You just throw it on here like so. You press it in. You pat it down. And you are good to go with the candied bacon. So I'm going to finish this up and I'll show you guys the finished product. So our bacon's all done. Here it is. It's on a tray. I have it on a tray with slots on the bottom because I want the grease to drip down. I don't want the bacon to sit in the grease because then it defeats the purpose. And then you have really greasy bacon, and I don't like greasy bacon. I don't know about you, but it's not for me. So now I'm going to throw this in the oven. I'm just going to watch it, and you know when bacon's done, when it's crispy, it's firm, it's golden brown. So we're going to throw this in the oven with our bread pudding. It's right in here. Make a little bit of room for it. So now let's give it a recap. What have we done so far? We have our baked vanilla bean French toast. Check. We have our bacon candied with peppered. Check. We have our onions and bell peppers cut. Check. Potatoes, they're coming along. We're going to handle that next. What else is on the menu? I think that's, we got to scramble the eggs. So I think we're doing good. It's brunch. We don't want to stress out. So now I'm going to give you guys something to drink on so you can be relaxed in party mode while you're eating brunch. You may have friends over. You may be entertaining. We're going to do us a mimosa, but with peach. So give me 1 second. Let me gather my ingredients. I have the pitcher. I have some champagne. I'll get into that in a second. And I have some currants. I love currants nectar. I don't really drink them by themselves because they're super sweet, high in calories. But whenever I get to do like a cocktail or I want to do a spunked up mimosa, I always go with currants. They have so many great flavors. It actually tastes pretty good, so I enjoy them. So we're just doing champagne. We're doing Brut, which is the standard medium dry. I know you've probably seen variations of champagne. I'm not a champagne drinker. My fiance is, so she educates me on my wine and my champagne. This is a medium dry one, which is standard. You'll find it in your restaurants. If you just say, I want a glass of champagne, they'll bring you a Brut. Then you have a Spumante. I'm a Spumante type of girl because it's sweet, it's subtle. I can drink it and my back of my throat doesn't feel like when I'm drinking it. So I love Spumante. Wish you would have bought Spumante today, but it's okay. Then you have an extra dry, which is like super, super dry, and I can't even handle that one. I take like a quarter of a sip, and I'm like, okay, do you want it? So you have that. Then I also do like with mimosas Prosecco. That one is a sparkling white Italian wine. We'll get into that one when we do this Italian day. We might do like Italian brunch or like an Italian meal, and we'll have some Prosecco going on. I'll show you guys about that one. But let's get started on this mimosa that we have here. She loves her mimosas, I swear. She can drink a pitcher of this by herself on a Sunday. I mean, I don't blame her. We work hard, you know, you want to play hard, you want to just enjoy yourself. And I mean, there's worse things you could be doing than drinking mimosas on a Sunday. So I've become, you know, a mimosa maker. I'm good at it. Okay, let's see if I can do this quietly. Let's see if I've mastered it. Let's see if I got it down. I might. Let's see how good it is. Oh, almost. Okay, so now let's throw this in here. Let's put it out. I'm so used to pouring beer. I tip everything over to the side. How funny. I love beer. Did you guys see my beer mimosa? That's good. Maybe I should make me a beer mimosa. I think I'm going to do that. Have a beer mimosa. You guys want to see me make a beer mimosa again? It was good. Okay, so I got my mimosa, got the beer. What is it? Champagne. I'm so fixated on beer. Okay, I'm going to throw in this. Oh, look at all the peach. Oh, I got peach juice all over the place. Okay. Pour it in. Now, from what I recall, I don't really think she's like a juice person in her mimosa. I don't think I need all these cans because she might bite my hand off. Because she likes, you know, the champagne aspect of a mimosa. So, okay, I got that in here. Oh, I gotta taste it. Do I have a glass? I don't have a glass. Oh man, let's see. Let me find a glass real quick. All right, I'm gonna grab my pint glass that I use for my beer. Okay, let me find a little doodad to stir it up with. Okay, I'm stirring it up. So I use 1 bottle of medium dry champagne. I use 2 cans of juice of your choice. You can use any flavor you want. They got pear, they got guava, they have strawberry banana, they have mango. There's so many different flavors. She wanted peach, so we're doing peach today. So I'm just gonna try it, see how good it is. Now if I chug it, we know it's good. If I drink it slowly, then we know. I like it. I like it a lot. This is good. Wow. I don't really taste that champagne that I get. I like it. I think it's a perfect combination of juice. Not too juicy. I still taste the essence of the champagne. So thumbs up to you, Ra. You did a good job. So I'm going to clean this up. And I'll see you guys back because I'm going to show you guys how to smash your potatoes. So we can do smashed red potatoes to go along with our bacon, our French toast, and our eggs. This is going to be a wonderful brunch. I wish you guys were here with me. I'll see you back in a few minutes. I just enjoyed some of that peach mimosa. So now my potatoes, they're ready. They're tender. I'll say they're fork tender. A little on the al dente side. They're not completely done, but they're done enough to where I can let them out of the water and put them in a pan with some oil. So I'm going to turn my pan on. Make sure I'm turning on the right one again. So I'm just going to rough chop the potatoes. It's brunch. It doesn't even have to be pretty. It doesn't have to, you know, look like anything in particular. You can just chop it any way you want to. And you can just go on about your business. You know, just, you know, make it taste good. That's all that matters with brunch. You just want it to taste divine. That's all you want. So I got these almost chopped up, ready to go. Now, the seasoning I'm going to put on these, I'm just going to do a little salt, pepper, and some paprika, and that's it. That's it, that's all. That's all she put. So now let me check to see how our French toast is doing. I'm excited. Oh, wow. You guys are going to love this. It is almost ready, but not yet. I don't know if you guys can see this. We're like halfway there. Let me see. I'm going to do a little touch for you guys. See how I'm still starting to firm up. Down the center, still a little moist. Starting to puff up a little bit. And I have to share this with people. Oh, man. I'm going to throw this back in the oven for about another 10 minutes. Let that center finish cooking. I got my bacon that's in here. Cooking slow. It's no rush. It's brunch. Take your time. Bacon's cooking. Woo, this is hot. Put that back in here. Oh, man. So I'm going to throw on. I just wish I can blink or do like this and everything will be done. My pan, it's almost ready. I'm going to add some oil in here. I'm going to get it going. Oh, so I can get these potatoes on. Now, I want you to look at the pan. Look at the potatoes. Then I want you to look at me. There is not enough room in this pan to put all these potatoes in it. So yes, my friend, you will have to do 2 batches. It's okay because you do not want to just, Then you end up, what is that called? Smothered, steaming your potatoes. So just take your time. It's Sunday. It's brunch. Turn your TV on. Get the game going. Talk to your friends. Just let it chill. Let it relax. Don't rush. Good food doesn't come to those that are in a rush. It comes to those that take their time, that wait, and put a little love in the food. That's when good food comes. That's when you start eating good, when you're not in a rush. Yeah, I know we have those quick meals and those days that, I just gotta eat. But the times that you have to relax and to drink and to mingle and to really just do it so you get good food. Okay, so now my oil's hot. I'm just gonna pick up some of these potatoes. Remember, it's hot oil, so do it carefully. Okay, Do it carefully. Now, I'm a professional, but I still do it carefully because nobody wants a potato burn at the end of the meal and you're somewhere looking sad because you got burnt up by potatoes. Now, I'm going to take my seasoning, some salt, some pepper, some paprika in here. I like paprika. Gives it a nice color, a little smokiness. And I'm just going to let these cook. I'll see you guys back in a few minutes. Everything that we've accomplished so far. We have the baked French toast, which is ready. The candied pepper bacon is ready. We have our potatoes. They are ready. They have some nice crust on them. I just used a pan. I smashed it down and I seasoned it with the salt, the pepper, and the paprika. So now the only thing left to do is to do our eggs, and we're going to caramelize some apples for the baked French toast. And I hope you guys are enjoying that mimosa. We're going to throw some oil in this pan. The pan has already been heated. It's nice and hot. I like to use a non-stick pan when I'm working with eggs because eggs will stick, yada yada yada, start to burn and you don't like it. So I'm going to start with my peppers and onions first. I'm going to cook those for a little bit because I really want them to soften up and, you know, to get soft for me. Cook a little bit. Remember, you want to season every layer of food. So for my eggs, I'm only using salt and pepper. That's all I need. It's going to take about 5 minutes for my vegetables to cook. I'll move them around a little bit because I seasoned them and I want to distribute that nice salt and pepper I put on there. So now we're going to crack our eggs, get those going. So generally when I'm cooking eggs, I usually like to do between 2 to 3 eggs per person because, you know, people like eggs. They want to pile on the eggs. So I use a nice sized bowl that I can work with to whisk my eggs. And I like to use these eggs. They are the large farm fresh brown eggs. They're cage free. I like them. To me, I think it tastes better when I'm working with the eggs because I boil them, I scramble them, I do all types of stuff. So I found that the egg taste is a lot better than just your traditional regular egg that you get. Let's see how many have I done. I need 2 more. This is going to be so good. Can't wait to sink my teeth into this. Let's get this out the way. Oh, there we go. I'll say that was about let's say about 2 tablespoons. We're going to start beating up the yolks a little bit. Get them to move around. This is a nice workout. Who says you can't eat good and still work out? Okay, let's stir these around. Gotta multitask. You don't want anything to burn. These are getting real nice and soft. Oh, I'm making a mess. Got the stove on medium. Keep going. Alright, that's perfect. I'm going to add just a wee bit of salt and pepper to the eggs. Okay, that's perfect. Alright. Egg, perfect. You like hot sauce on your eggs? Because I like hot sauce on my eggs. I think hot sauce and eggs go perfect. When I was a kid, I used to do syrup on my eggs. I do that some of the time, but I like hot sauce now. Let me grab my cutting board because we have to do our apples. Apples are good. Apples, 1 apple a day keeps the doctor away. Let me get this on. Put that on about low while I'm chopping my apples. Actually, I'll bump it up to medium. I'm feeling like I'm going to move fast. You know, if you feel like you're going to move fast, then you can turn it up. If you feel like, you know, you want to take your time, then put it on low. But I'm going to move fast with these apples because I'm hungry. The crowd's hungry. Everyone's ready to eat. Just taking the core out of my apple. Alright, now let's get the seeds out of the way because we don't want to cut or eat the seeds. So now let's start slicing this apple. We're going to do about medium size on the apple slices. almost there. Ready to eat. So you wonder, what's going to go on these caramelized apples? What do you want to put on them? See, let's put some sugar on them. A little bit of brown sugar. You want to put some pumpkin pie spice on it to carry the flavors through? Let's see. I got a little orange liqueur. Ooh, let's put some orange liqueur on them. That sounds like it would be fun, doesn't it? I like that, orange liqueur. If I have amaretto, I'll put amaretto on them. Just depends on what I have. If it's like an all-adult brunch, why not throw some vodka on there, some Jameson, you know, make a little drunken apples. I mean, adults appreciate it. I do. Now we're going to drop the butter in. I got a quarter of a stick of butter. Going to drop that in and let that melt down. Don't forget to add our spinach that we have. Okay. Let's see, let's get some spices going for these wonderful apples. Okay, we got some orange liqueur that we're going to use. Alright, now let's add the spinach in. Keep your eye on the butter, because you don't want it to brown too much and start to evaporate. I just used a whole bag of 8 ounces of, what is this, spinach. Okay, I'm back to earth. Got a little confused. I'm focused in on all this food I'm cooking. Just gonna let this cook down for a second until it gets all nice and wilty. By then, we'll be ready to add in our eggs and get us a nice little scramble going. I'm gonna season my spinach because, like I always tell you, in the words of Emerald Lagasse, I don't know about you, but where I get my spinach, it does not come seasoned. Alright, let's move this butter around. Almost ready. Oh man, this is exciting. Oh, brunch. Oh, brunch. Oh, brunch. Alright, throw those apples in. Get some seeds out the way. I don't want my guests eating seeds. Ooh. Nice green Granny Smith apples. They're tart. They're gonna go perfect. You can just chop them up and throw them right in the baked French toast, or you can put it as a garnish. You can do it however you want, because like I said, you're cooking, you're the boss. Sometimes cooking gets a little messy, gets a little dangerous in here. Things start flying around. Let's get it all back in there. It's almost ready. Oh, I can't wait till these eggs are finished. It smells divine. I smell spinach cooking now. I smell the onions cooking. Like, whoo. Oh man, I'm about to be stuffed. I don't know how I'm going to move around after I eat this brunch. I think I'm just going to be confined to my bed and put myself on bed rest after I eat. Alright, season it up a little bit. Okay, got that in there. Let's get some sugar going on. Get a spoon. Okay, some sugar all in the pan. About 2 tablespoons of sugar. Ooh, that spinach is almost ready. Them eggs is going to be calling my name soon. Get some brown sugar in there. I'm going to do a tablespoon. I'm going to do a heaping tablespoon of brown sugar. Okay. Let that cook for a little bit. Just a little bit. Alright. Oh. I think no one should ever be this excited about food. Alright, so now it's time for the favorite part, finishing the dish. Stir these up just a little bit more. Add these wonderful cage-free eggs in. So we can make us some eggs. Make us some room for our eggs. Let it set just a little bit. Get everything moved around in here. Come back to it. Keep an eye on the stove. Turn the flame down just a little bit, because what we don't want is brown on our eggs. Hope I'm getting you guys hungry. Okay, just a wee bit. Oh man, it's got some drunken apples. I don't know if you should let the kids eat the drunken apples. I don't know. I'm just saying. Why not? It's gonna cook out. All the alcohol is gonna evaporate, and all you get is a good flavor. Alright, oh man, look at these eggs. Cooking perfectly. No brown. I'm moving them around every so often. Let me move this. I don't know if this is hindering your view, but I don't want anything in your way. Keep my eye on these apples. Oh yeah. As soon as it's finished, we're gonna throw some cheese all over it. Alright, let it set just a little bit longer. What's up? We are rocking and rolling. Our brunch is moving. Everything is done. Oh, I'm excited. French toast is done. Bacon's done. Potatoes are done. Eggs are done. Apples are done. Let me throw the apples on top so you guys can see this. Oh, these nice caramelized, wonderful, oh man, tasty apples done. Ready to eat. I thought about it. I said, what if someone's over and they don't like champagne? What if they're a little more manly and they want a manly drink? So I said, what can I give them? Ding, 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 ding. My favorite thing, a beer mosa. I've made this before, but I'm going to make this again. Show you guys how I do this here. Add some beer. Put it right into the glass, like so. Any beer of your choice. I don't recommend that you use a stout because, you know, stouts aren't that great with beer and orange juice. Pour you some orange juice in here. And voila, you have you a beautiful, wonderful, delicious tasting mimosa. Now that's good. Okay, where do I start? What do I do first? Do I do the French toast first? Do I eat a piece of bacon? I don't even know where to start. I guess I'll eat some potatoes. Oh man, get a little potato on the plate. Oh, get some eggs. Okay, I'm excited. Get some bacon going. Oh, it's nice and candy. I'm just gonna cut right into here. Who needs a knife? You don't need a knife. Cut right into here. I'm just gonna grab some of this baked French toast out. Make sure I get some apples. Make sure I get some of everything. My favorite ingredient, warm syrup. Anyone that knows me, I will harass you and harass you while I'm out to eat. Please, I need my syrup to be warm. Can you warm my syrup? Oh, this isn't warm. I hate eating room or cold syrup. It's thick, it's nasty, the flavors. I mean, I think it tastes better personally when it's warm. So I'm going to start with this. I'm going to dig in to my baked French toast. I'm excited. I'm over here shaking. It's bomb. Wow. It's really moist. Sweet, but not too sweet. Scramble. Oh, how I missed you. The eggs are cooked perfectly. Seasoned. The vegetables are great. Oh man. Okay. Potatoes have a nice crispy skin on them. You go out to eat, you get hash browns. I don't know what it tastes like, but it doesn't taste like this. It tastes of salt, pepper. I get the smokiness from the paprika. It's tender. It's not overcooked. It's not undercooked. It's perfect. Candied bacon. How I love you, candied bacon. Thank you very much for watching me make you brunch. Please make it at home. hope you